Mirzapur is India's Game of Thrones. Hello guys, I'm Nona Prince and today I'll be talking about the season 2 of the most awaited, most hyped Indian show Mirzapur on Amazon Prime. And honestly, I found it disappointing. Now, if you don't feel the same way, that's alright. You click the video to know my thoughts and not for me to repeat yours. I did a reaction to the trailer, you can check it out, and there I talked about how I didn't like the show when I binged it, but when I watched the reactions to the shows by OSR or Javikwe, I noticed things which I didn't notice because I was binge watching. So I didn't binge watch this time and I watched the show over the weekend, 2 or 3 episodes each day, and I watched it with my brother on video call and it was really fun to watch it with him, to see his expressions and both of us shouting and laughing together. I think I found it more disappointing because of the huge expectations and the hype. See, this show is an average action crime thriller. It's very entertaining, no doubt about that. It has good moments, it has amazing dialogues, it's very violent and gory, a lot of abuses and a lot of funny ones, and it has great characters and amazing performances by actors. Now basically season 2 is that, with some deeper character understandings, and that's it. And I think that's why it's more disappointing because I was expecting much more than that. I think season 2 fell apart because they were too ambitious. They opened the world too wide too soon, and that impacted the writing. The pacing was all over the place and some of the creative choices I didn't like at all. So let's dive deeper into all of this as well as the good aspects of the season. Now, spoiler warning, if you haven't seen season 2, you can stop it right now because there'll be spoilers. And if you find value in this video, do consider hitting the like button because when you do that, YouTube promotes this video and more people can watch it. Also consider subscribing and hit the bell icon to get notification when a new video drops. In season 1, the show was focused on the title Mirzapur and the characters in and around it. The most far we went was Jaunpur. That's it. It was very focused. Now with the cliffhanger of season 1, the major goal of season 2 was revenge for both the characters as well as the audience. And who will take Mirzapur, that was tied together with it. Now season 2 expanded this world of Mirzapur, but they stretched it out too thin. They added too many characters, too many subplots, which were inconsequential to the main theme. We were just jumping to too many places, from Lucknow to Mirzapur to Jaunpur to Bihar. Over that there was politics, there were elections, we had the race for the CM, and because of that, Mirzapur holds no power at all. All the power is in the politics. It's in the hands of the CM, because that post is the most powerful post in whole UP. And even Kalin Bhaiya knows that. He's trying to become the CM. He wants that power. Now the characters still fighting over Mirzapur makes no sense to me. There's no logic, there's lack of motivation. I understand the symbolic value of Mirzapur, but honestly, now we have seen that who holds the true power. Mirzapur doesn't really matter now. Now, Jaunpur was part of season 1, and that was very natural and organic to continue that story with Sharath, as he wants revenge for his father, and that narrative works. Now we have the whole Bihar subplot, which doesn't really have to do anything with Mirzapur and what's happening there, except some business things, which could have easily be done in some other way. There was no need to have this whole subplot. And there's so many places, like every episode, every 10 minutes, we are jumping from one place to another, and there's a title card now where we are. And because there's so many characters, it takes so long to go back to that character in that episode, and you have already forgotten what that character was doing previously because so many things happened between it. And also due to that, the characters don't get enough time to be fleshed out. We spend so less time with the main characters. We don't feel satisfied enough, and that's why it feels disjointed. And over that, a whole year has passed in this season. A kid was born between this time. The first 2 episodes I really liked. They were really awesome. They set up everything. We know where our characters are right now, what's happening with them, what's the trajectory from here. Everything was set up perfectly. But after that, as time went on, as more characters started to come, as more subplots started, it all just killed the pace of the show. Other thing that I noticed I didn't like was some of the comedic scenes. See, this show is very naturally funny. It doesn't have to try. The characters are so interesting, their dialogues are so interesting, the awkwardness, all of that, makes us smile, make us laugh. It's the mismatch between the characters, and it is all unintended. It is not trying to be funny. It is a situational comedy, and that is why it is more funny. But this season there were sequences with funny background tracks, which I didn't like at all. Why did they do that? And there were a lot of places they were using too much music which was not needed. The whole scene where Kalin Bhaiya visits the doctor, it feels like that scene is from an Ayushmann Khurrana comedy film. Now talking about the finale, one thing that I really don't like, I just hate, is convenient writing. And the finale is filled with it. And what is convenient writing? It is when the plot is not developed developed naturally or organically. It is forced so the story moves ahead. Take that whole Bihar shootout. It made no sense to me. The gunfight was so forced and the whole twins thing was so predictable. Like the moment they were twins, I knew something like this would happen. Then one brother will act like the other brother. It was so cliche, it's like 90s Bollywood. And there's no build up to that scene. And that's why it doesn't make sense. What happened between them that they reached at a point that they were pointing guns at each other? It's like Munna going to kill Kalin Bhaiya within the third episode of season 1. Even he took 2 seasons to do it. Then the police inspector Maurya, he wants to encounter Guddu now and the father saves him. See, thematically, it all makes sense, but the execution is so poor. First of all, we have to assume, because it happened behind the scenes, that the father took out the gun, removed the police officers who are more trained than him, took the car, he came to the place where the encounter was supposed to happen, and from so far, he took that shot, clear shot in the chest. I know he has gun for a long time, but he's not that trained that he can take a shot like that. But again, that is convenient writing. This scene is just there to increase the tension. We may think, oh, Guddu will die because they want to be unpredictable like season 1, but it doesn't work at all. On the contrary, I was angry when this scene was happening, that why they are doing this. Just, forcing the tension. And then the final scene. It's an open area. There are 7 people with Guddu and Golu, and they cannot shoot down 2 people standing on top, really. And then just 4 people come out from somewhere, and Guddu and Golu are distracted. And in that time, Sharat took an unconscious Kalin Bhaiya, picked him up, took him to his car, and ran away from there, and no one saw it. Like, whom are you fooling? I don't understand. These things take you out of the show and you feel like, oh, this is just a series, this is just fiction. You are just disconnected from this world, because what's happening in the show will happen according to the director or the writer. Nothing is natural anymore. And these are the same complaints which people made for Game of Thrones last season. Now coming to the good things, the dialogues, oh my god, so funny and hilarious. There was a lot of character depth. There was some badass scenes. The best scene was when Guddu and Golu destroyed the factory. Then in episode 2, Khargosh, when Munna's friend dies, that was an amazing scene. I really liked Makbul's arc this season. Then Priyanshu as Robin, I really like the actor, but I'm not sure about his character in this show. It feels like he doesn't fit in this world. Ye bhi theek hai. Sharat Shukla played by Anjum Sharma, he was really good and I was rooting for him. He was a man with brains and he'll be an interesting character to look forward to in season 3. Divyenndu Sharma as Munna was amazing and we got to see a different side of him too. I think they were trying to take a Jaime Lannister route for him. Then Rasika Dugal was great, she was scheming, and when they killed the grandfather, that was great. That was long overdue. And Pankaj Tripathi as Kalin Bhaiya. Oh my god, he's just amazing. He's I think the soul of the show. This show is not possible without him and I like that they didn't kill him off. It felt like he'll die but he'll not. And he's more angry now. Now he's gonna take revenge because his family is almost over now and he's someone he should not take panga with. But Guddu did it and he has to face consequences of it. Ali Fazal did a great job. He had to play a very different role this time with the same character. And I think Golu, played by Shweta Tripathi, her arc was good, but I think the writing was weak for her. See, at the end, I don't have that satisfaction after watching the show, which I did for season 1. And even the ending of this season, right? It's not that interesting. I'm not dying to see season 3. I can again wait 2 to 3 years for next season. So guys, those were my thoughts. They like how similar the arc for Munna and Guddu was throughout the season. They are so identical but yet so different. So as that's it, those were my thoughts on Mirzapur season 2. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, share this video, let me know in the comments your thoughts. If you haven't subscribed yet, check out the videos and if you like them too, do consider subscribing and I'll see you next time.